So now we'll see the second one, that is debtors turnover ratio. As you all know, all these are the main classification of accounting ratios: liquidity, leverage, turnover, profitability. We are dealing with turnover ratios. We have seen the inventory turnover ratio. Now we'll be going for debtors turnover ratio. We will be studying about this part. So all of us know, and we have been studying since PUC about debtors and creditors. So today we'll study debtors turnover ratio. The debtors turnover ratio, also called as receivables turnover ratio. Who are the debtors? Debtors andre yaru? Yaar nimag duttu kodbeku. Our debtors, they are your assets. Bills, receivables, they are your debtors. It is always on the current asset side. Okay, they are our assets. They are also called as receivables turnover ratio or debtors velocity. Shows how quickly the credit sales are converted into cash. Andre ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜಲ್ದಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಬಿಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀರಿ, ಬಿಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇಂಟು ಕ್ಯಾಶ್, ಬಿಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಉಳಿಯಲ್ಲ. Debtors should be immediately converted. That's why they are called as current assets. They come under current assets. These ratios measure the efficiency of a firm in managing and collecting the credit issued to the customers. Okay, ನೀವು ಅವರೀಗ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಿ, ಅವ್ರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜಲ್ದಿ ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನ ನೀವು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. It is calculated by the following formula. Debtors turnover ratio is equal to net credit sales divided by average debtors. It is here net credit sales. Cash sales na tagad hakbeku. Here we are dealing only with net credit sales. Debtors come into action only when there is a credit sales. Then divided by average debtors. So we'll see the calculation. Net credit sales is equal to total sales minus cash sales and sales return. All these things, when you reduce, you will get net credit sales. And average debtors are opening debtors plus closing debtors divided by 2. Here will come across bills receivable, not in that stock. Opening debtors, here I'll show you. If you have bills receivable, that will be opening debtors plus opening bills receivable, and then closing debtors plus closing bills receivable divided by 2. Calculation of average debtors. So here interpretation, the standard credit period is 30 days. It's only 30 days. If the credit period is more than 30 days, it indicates that concern is not efficient. The firm is not efficient in collecting the money. If credit period is less than 30 days, you see less than 38, it indicates that the concern is efficient. You are very good at collecting the money from your debtors. Okay. It's very simple and very, very, very important. Okay. You see, this is only the calculation of debtors turnover ratio. Along with this, you will have to find out average collection period. Debtors turnover jote, you have to find out average collection period. This is very important. So see here, the average collection period, also called as debt collection period, shows how much time business takes to realize the credit sales. Simply, how long will it take to recover payments from the debtors against the credit sales? Okay. It is calculated by dividing the number of months or days or weeks by debtors turnover ratio. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕತ್ತೀರಿ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, that you are going to calculate. So average collection period in months, I have just taken number of months divided by debtors turnover ratio. I'll show it here. These are the three formulas you should know. They are very simple. Average collection period in months is equal to number of months divided by debtors turnover ratio. Number of months under number of months in a year. How many months? 52. Okay, you will get 52 months in a year. Same average collection sorry, I'm very sorry, this is 12 months, not, I got confused. 12 months, ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ ಒಳಗೆ 12 ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ತಿಂಗಳು. Average collection period in weeks, number of weeks in a year, weeks are 52. Okay, 52 weeks divided by debtors turnover ratio. Then comes is this one, average collection period in days, number of days in a year divided by debtors turnover ratio. How many days you have in a month? It is
360.
Very good, 365 days divided by debtors turnover ratio. ಯಾವಾಗ ನೀವು debtors turnover ratio find out ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, they will always ask about the average collection period. Whatever, if they just ask average collection period, you have to calculate all these things, months ಎಷ್ಟು, weeks ಎಷ್ಟು, days ಎಷ್ಟು. Okay, so this is very important. Same thing will be applied for creditors also. Okay, before going to that, we will see the certain problems we'll see. Before that, if there are any changes in your data, how you have to find out, that also I have given you some more formulas here. Average collection period is equal to average debtors divided by net credit sales per day. Average collection period in weeks, debtors divided by credit sales into number of days in a year. Okay, it depends on the data available to you, there you are going to calculate. So average debtors, again same I have given here. So we'll find out how to calculate this debtors turnover ratio and average collection period. Debtors turnover ratio is also called as DTR. Average collection period is also called as ACP. Okay, take down this problem. From the following information, calculate debtors turnover ratio DTR and average collection period ACP. Total sales 6,40,000. Cash sales 4 lakhs. Debtors at the beginning 20,000. Debtors at the end 28,000. Bills receivable at the beginning 16,000 and bills receivable at the end is 24,000. Okay, take down this problem first. Okay, we'll go for solution. So you see here, first I'm finding this credit sales. Net credit sales is equal to total sales minus cash sales. Okay, minus sales returns. What all data we have? We have total sales here 6,40,000. Cash sales I have 6,40,000, sorry 4 lakhs, and we don't have any sales return. So what I have done is I have substituted the value of total sales 6,40,000 minus cash sales is 4 lakhs. We don't have anything, sales returns. Idu ನೀವು ಬರ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ನಡೀತದೆ, I have just taken it. Okay, so net credit sales is 2,40,000. I'll go back here. Now you see I have taken the problem part here so that we can view all the given data here very clearly. Now I'm finding out the average debtors. Average debtors, as I've told you, please try to put a bracket over here so that will be very clear. Opening debtors plus opening bills receivable plus closing debtors plus closing bills receivable divided by 2. So where are our data here? These two we have finished calculation. Now debtors at the beginning 20,000, I have taken here opening debtors 20,000. Debtors at the end 28,000, closing debtors 28 I have taken here. Bills receivable at the beginning 16,000, 16,000 is here. Bills receivable at the end 24,000, 24,000 is here. So 20,000 plus 16,000, 36,000. Try to separate it and write. It will be very clear for even for the evaluator. So 36,000 is the total of these two, 20 plus 16,000. 28 plus 24, 52,000 I have written here, divided by 2. So if you add these two, how much you will get? 88,000 divided by 2, you will get 44,000.
44,000.
Very good. So debtors turnover ratio is equal to net credit sales divided by average debtors. So debtors turnover ratio is 2,40,000. This we got in our previous slide, 2,40,000 net credit sales. Okay. And here average debtors 44,000. I have taken 44,000. You divide 2,40,000 divided by 44,000, you will get 5.45 times. This is the debtors turnover ratio. Okay. This is a debtors turnover ratio. Now we have to find out the average collection period. We'll find out the average collection period. So as per our formula, average collection period, you see, months, weeks and days, all these three we have to calculate. So average collection period per month is number of months divided by debtors turnover ratio. So average collection period in months is equal to 12 months divided by 5.45. What is this 5.45? Debtors turnover ratio. From where did we get this? From this calculation here. 5.45. This I have taken. Okay. So 5.45. You will get 2.2 months. Okay. Next, in weeks, number of weeks in a year divided by debtors turnover ratio. So 52 weeks divided by 5.45. You will get 9.54 weeks. And number of days in a year divided by debtors turnover ratio, 365 divided by 5.45. You will get 67 days. Okay. All these three you will have to calculate compulsorily: months, weeks and days. Got it? All of you have understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, very good. So like this, I have listed out some more problems here. From the following information, calculate debtors turnover ratio. We have total sales, cash sales, debtors at the beginning, debtors at the end. Very, very simple problem. There is no complication at all. No bills receivable is given. And here you are asked to find out only DTR, that is debtors turnover ratio. So we know this: net credit sales is equal to total sales minus cash sales minus sales returns. Total sales is 6 lakhs minus cash sales is 1 lakh. Okay. So you will get net credit sales is 5 lakhs. Average debtors, opening debtors plus closing debtors divided by 2. So opening debtors is 20,000, closing is 30,000. So 20 plus 30 divided by 2, 25,000. So debtors turnover ratio is equal to net credit sales divided by average debtors. Net credit sales is 5 lakhs. We got it from here, this 5 lakhs. So 5 lakhs divided by 25,000, we have got it here, average debtors. So this is 20 times. Okay. Clear about this? Very simple. In this, I haven't asked you, or in problem, it is not asked about calculation of average payment period. So we have just calculated debtors turnover ratio. Understood this? So here in this part, we have studied about debtors turnover ratio. Debtors turnover ratio is the capacity of the concern to collect the due that is with the debtors. Okay. So we have this formula: debtors turnover ratio is equal to net credit sales divided by average debtors. So credit sales is total sales minus cash sales minus sales returns. Average debtors, you have opening debtors plus closing debtors divided by 2. If at all you have bills receivable, you have to add the opening bills receivable and closing bills receivable. Interpretation is standard credit period is 30 days. If it is more, company is efficient. Less, it's not efficient. Okay, this is how we calculate Then we go for this average collection period. Months, weeks, and days. These three formulas you will have to apply and find out the average collection in terms of months, weeks, and days. Okay. So understood this? In the next part, we'll see some more problems.